You know what came to mind as I was watching Raw? As I was watching nothing happen on Raw? Kickouts. I talked about a couple of weeks ago. I talked about how it seems that everything's a near fall. That aside, shouldn't a kickout? Shouldn't there be some struggle during the kickout? I was watching, in particular, the match I was watching was the Dominic and Andrade match, where I mean, at one point it was almost like he was getting up before the kickout. Shouldn't it look like a forced thing? Shouldn't you be earnestly trying to cover somebody? And then once I was conscious of it, watching the whole show, I saw so many of these half-hearted, half-assed. It didn't look like anyone was trying to pin
You know what
anyone.
one of my favorites is? When you grab a leg, all right, and you go,
oh, you're cinching it.
Why are you causing movement?
Because it feels good on the balls.
No, I'm just saying though, people do that all the time. They grab it, it's like, what are you doing?
I think that great wrestlers, musicians, artists, whatever you are, everything you do should be given equal emphasis and perfected, including the pinfall you're not going to get should look like you were earnestly trying to get it. Imagine Michelangelo skimping on one of the fingers on the Virgin Mary and the Pietà. Every piece of it is perfection.
Look at it. And so you're going to break up the count. It's 1, 2, and you come in and you fucking slam on the top of the two guys.
Why does he roll off?
It breaks the count, but it never fucking takes his shoulders off the mat.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
You drive his fucking shoulders to the
further.
And I remember I was watching AEW, and it was on ESPN. And remember they ran it for a while on ESPN, like old AEW matches?
AEW?
Is that what? AWA.
AWA. Oh, of course. Sorry. I watched it all the time. It was on 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Who came up with it, but they did a thing where they must have sat down and had one of those things where this is the way we're doing it. If not, you get fined. Everybody that broke up a tag match would grab the guy on top by his ankles and pull him off
Flip
the
him
fucking
off.
top.
But that broke the pin.
That stopped the pin. And you say to yourself, like, okay. And then you fucking see it, it registers, and you go back and you do it the same way you've always done it, because it's like getting your eyes raked and getting thrown off the ropes, and you just come off the fucking ropes.
I want you to teach that when you open your wrestling school, you don't have to go. You send people to train. Make sure that they cover pinfalls. 2 whole days of pinfall logic. Whoever's your instructor. Who would your instructor be? Who would you send to train? Who would be great to train at the Kevin Nash, Tony Khan training school in Florida, in Jacksonville?
Why got to be part of AEW?
No, it's not. I'm saying he can finance it. He could buy a big, beautiful facility for you. Anyone?
I'm good, man.
Who could we have? Pac would be great.
Nah, Pac ain't doing it. Pac's walking in the canyons. Let's ask Bob Nash. Bob, who'd you use? Well, there's a guy out there called a fucking trainer.
To make a living like anyone else.
I'll bring in Al Snow. I'll have Al do it.
The two of you working together, one more cantankerous than the next. It'd be unbelievable.
If Al can't fucking teach him, Al can find somebody that will do it.
Right.
But Al and I, most of our conversations about the business are pretty much on the same page.